Hello, everybody. I'm David here. Welcome to episode 108 of Chilling3000 Hangouts. And it's 8 p.m. Eastern Time here on the 7th of June 2023. And I hope you all enjoyed the last episode we did with Chris and Dixie, despite some technical difficulties. But we're back in the studio, so everything should be good this time with no internet issues because I was out location. But today I'm here with Mr. Derek. Uh, can't
Greek.
pronounce the last name. Greek.
Yeah.
Derek Greek. How are you doing here tonight, despite everything going on in Canada right now? That is not affecting you, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's not surprising me. I'm doing really good. Had a stream earlier and having fun with the community, and I'm glad to be a part of this. I
Hmm.
pray for everybody that's going through the wildfire stuff right now. It's
Yeah,
awful. Like those firefighters, they're the worst. Like I feel especially bad for them having to deal with that because I remember like a few years ago in Alberta there was really bad ones, and they were working like around the clock to get them put out, and it was crazy.
yeah. And I was just like I heard about this like when I was watching a baseball game with the Yankees White Sox that was having on MLB Network, and I was just like, "What's wrong with the stadium?" I was like, "Oh crud," because
Mhm.
the air, the bad air is coming through New York City, New Jersey, and Connecticut right now. So it's I don't know. It's very frustrating, but I'm sure. I mean, I heard that it's gonna last for like 2 weeks. Um, so
Yeah.
for those who are in the New York area, Connecticut, or wherever you're at, just be on the lookout for those alerts and just be safe.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
hello there, Tyser MK, Drunk Yoshi. I don't know how that person came up with that name, but okay. Um,
Yeah.
Astro, Tony. How
Title.
about the Toyo? How about the Mastros? And so this is interview here, me interviewing Derek. For those who are wondering how I met Derek, and for those who haven't seen my previous streams with him, it's basically through my friend Aaron, who is also from Massachusetts as well. She's from the network community, also at the group I'm in, and she introduced me to this to him, and I've seen his streams, and it looks like he does a lot. He has a lot of fun there, despite getting tired from time to time doing it 24/7. It looks like,
Yeah.
uh, because he do them all the time throughout the week, which is great because I never really seen a person do it like that before. Streaming all the time, except for some Twitch streamers, but for YouTube, is it's kind of crazy on how you're able to do it every day without having worried about other things other than work. Yeah, or it's time management you're doing.
Right, yeah. It's been tough, that's for sure. I've taken a few
Yeah,
breaks
and
here and
how
there,
there to
but yeah.
Disney.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, go on.
how there Disney very fan 19. I'm still
Oh,
getting
yeah.
used to the usernames on here. So
Yeah.
the first question is, tell us about yourself, where you're from, and what do you do for a living.
Okay. So I am from a town called Moose Jaw, in Saskatchewan. It's Canada. It's like in the middle of the prairies, basically. Um,
Okay.
and I've grown up here pretty much my whole life. I haven't moved anywhere. I have a lot of family that's like a couple hours away, so it's just easier for all of us. Um, and
Mm.
I work as a manager at a restaurant, but I won't specify where, obviously. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I've been doing that for my entire life. Like, well, not entire life, I guess, just to say since I was 17. So I started
Okay.
there, worked part time out of high school, and then just kind of grew myself through the ranks. Went through like uh, supervisor in training, then became a supervisor, then eventually a manager. Or I guess it was assistant manager, then manager. So yeah, it's just been progressively. But I think
Yeah.
I've been a manager for like over 10 years now. Out of those
Very well.
18 years or so that I've worked there, I think it's been like 19 years now. So only experience I
Nice.
have, but yeah, it's been interesting. Yeah, it's I learned a
Yeah.
lot of stuff.
Now as you get paid good,
Yeah,
that's good.
definitely. Yeah.
Despite your schedule changing every week, unless if it stopped permanently. But
Yeah,
um,
been a little bit more stable now. A
Okay.
couple like last month, it was kind of all over the place because there's transitions happening.
Oh
So
yeah.
kind of work stuff out, and I did the best I could to help everybody. That's what I'm there for as a manager, got to help people. So
All right. Hello
yeah.
there, Dom. And the next question is, what are your main hobbies slash interests?
Oh, I got so many hobbies. Well, my main thing is video games as a hobby, but now it's kind of my job, like part-time job with streaming and
Yeah.
YouTube and all that stuff. So, like, people have been really generous with super chats, and I would consider if I'm making money off of it, it's not so much a hobby and more like a job now, which is fine. Like, I love doing it, so that's why I started doing it, and YouTube making money from ads and all that stuff. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. And on top of it, like that, with my hobbies, recently I got back into building Legos last year, so that's kind of
Okay.
another hobby I have. Working out occasionally is another thing. I just I juggle a lot of different hobbies.
Yeah. And from my understand, you like game shows as well.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Tell us about.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I actually have a funny story about this. So, when I was younger, I grew up like in the summers with my grandparents, and they used to watch a lot of Wheel of Fortune and game shows like that. So Wheel of Fortune is like one of my favorite just because I love trying to guess stuff and
Yeah.
based off the little amount of letters you have, and sometimes you're awful at it. Some days you're like, oh, I got it like right away. It's weird how that
Yes.
happens, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, when I was really, really young, there's a story that my family likes to tell where I would sit on the counter, and my grandma used to bake a lot, and she had, like, these little circular baking trays, and I would spin it around and clap my hands, and
Mm.
everybody's like, "What is he doing?" And then they're like, "Oh, Wheel of Fortunes." 'Cause I'd spin it around and be like everybody be clapping as it was spinning is funny.
Yeah. What other game shows do you like?
I really love Family Feud. I love,
Mm.
uh, Jeopardy, although I'm really terrible at
Mm.
Jeopardy. So,
Everybody,
but
yeah, a lot of people are.
yeah, yeah, I mean, you learn a lot of stuff watching it, which is really cool. Like, that's what I love
Yeah.
most about it. Yeah. Those are my top 3.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. As for Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, Family Feud, um, those are great game shows. In Jeopardy, that is a legendary game show with Alex the Bag. Rest in peace.
Yeah, definitely.
Um. Um. So this question came from Aaron, Lady Aaron.
Okay.
Uh, what inspired you to start YouTube?
Oh, so many things. So I really watched a lot of Game Grumps when I was in my early 20s. They've been around for, like, more than a decade now, and I liked the aspect of, friends getting along and just playing games and making jokes and stuff. So I tried starting it on my own, um, didn't really go many places, but then I found a friend at work who is Michael, he's the other half of the channel. Um, he we just decided to give it a shot one time, and we found out we had really good chemistry, and I was like, "Oh, maybe I can make this work."
Mhm.
Because I started in, like, 2016 and, was under 100 subscribers for a very long time, but, I thought about giving up a lot because it's just like, "I don't know, like, maybe this is going nowhere," but, I just persevered, and it worked out in the long run, and
Yeah.
that's my main inspiration because, like, video games are my passion. Like, I love talking about them. I could talk about them all the time. Talk
Yeah.
about all the obscure games I like that nobody has ever seen before, and I know a lot of people do
Hmm.
that on YouTube, but, it's like putting your personality out there and, maybe teaching somebody, or, people have fun watching your videos and helps them get through the day and all that type of stuff is just motivation to keep doing it.
Mm. Uh, let's try to guess where Derek was. Is it Walgreens?
No, no, it isn't.
Oh, okay. Um, so you start doing YouTube videos. But what made you start to do like live streams, instead of doing videos like before in the past? And why do you like to stream a lot now, every day during the week?
Right. Yeah, I think it started in February this year, and I tried streaming years ago on Twitch where I did like try to do 24-hour live streams for Extra Life, but I didn't have much of an audience, so it didn't really go anywhere. But I brought
What's
friends
extra
out.
life?
It's you can choose um like if you sign up for it, you can make a they give you like a bunch of overlays and stuff you can use on Twitch or YouTube, and you choose a hospital that you want to like support, so people can donate to that hospital to help them. I
Yeah.
think I think I chose like a local one, or like one in Regina that's like an hour away from me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and you just stream and try to make money, try to support these children's hospitals or whatever hospital it is. And um
Okay.
yeah, but like it was fun. Like we had a lot of friends come over and all that stuff, and I've always wanted to try it. But now that I've amassed like a bigger audience on YouTube, I was like, hey, like Michael and I can't always get together, and like I want to do something different, see if I can play some longer form games and
Mm-hmm.
not have to worry about editing them and all that stuff, and just get more videos out for people and show them cool games and play stuff with the community.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people asked us to play stuff with them, and that was the major thing, and I got to know a lot of people, so that's what made
Mm,
me keep continuing doing it. But for starting out, like I needed to do
mm-hmm.
something with my free time, and yeah, so I just thought I'd give it a
Awesome.
shot. Give it a shot, yeah.
Yeah. Um, Tell us about your Mario Kart Mondays, your Galaxy and Sunshine streams. Derek.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I think we actually started off doing Mario Kart when the new Wave 4 course pass came out, and we decided to do it with the community. We figured out how to do stuff over Discord. So when those went really well, a lot of people were like, hey, maybe we should make this a weekly thing. Let's do Mario Kart Mondays. So we just decided to start doing that
Okay.
every Monday. um, I think we missed one so far, and I put it on a Tuesday instead.
Oh
But
yeah, I remember that.
yeah, and it's been a major thing for the community. We have lots of people on voice call at times, and people have fun coming to them, even if they're there for an hour and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been great. And then I decided I wanted to do Mario Galaxy, Mario Sunshine, some 3D Mario
Yeah.
games I loved growing up with that I've never completed 100%. So I was like, hey, here's a motivation to do it. Like people can watch me try to do this 100% playthrough it, because I've, never seen the full game before. And it was a lot of fun just experiencing that with the chat, having people on call with me for tips, or just to, keep me sane, because if you watch those streams, some of those moments I get pretty heated for
Yes.
for some of the crazy nonsense that's in it. So
What was that game that you played that you took so many tries? I
oh,
forgot. I don't.
I
Uh,
think it was Mario Galaxy.
Mario Galaxy. Okay.
I believe so. There was Andre from Game Explained showed up at one of those moments when I was freaking out, and that was
Yeah.
pretty crazy. Yeah, I can get a little
Um.
heated, but yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Do Do you have a schedule like for games? Of course, Mario Kart is on Mondays, but do you have like a schedule for like Galaxy or Sunshine stream?
Yeah, it depends. Like right now, I'm trying to balance Sunshine and a few other games. Like just recently today, we started playing Splatoon 3 because the community plays a lot of it. So it's my first
Yeah.
time playing it ever, and getting
Oh.
taught that. So we try to do at least like 2 community days, maybe sometimes 3, depending on what people want. We did a lot of Mario
Okay.
Party for a month or so. And then if I end up working, I usually schedule the streams like 8:30 my time, so it's a little later for
Yeah.
everybody. So I'll might fluctuate Mario Sunshine one day, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and then just kind of go back and forth so I don't get burnt out. I've been playing a lot of 3D Mario, so when I kind of
Yeah.
balance things out a little bit more, yeah. I mostly want to just play what everybody wants me to play, so or every yeah,
Yeah.
people will watch.
Yeah. And by the way, I am almost up to 1,000 subscribers. I swear about seven away. So for those who haven't subscribed, feel free hit the subscribe button and share with your friends. And hopefully, we can get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. We have many variety of content here on the channel for gameplays, game shows, sports, etc. Um, and like I said, here in the comments, you can either here non any questions on this is not short answered, aka
Oh,
I didn't mean to put not answered, short answered, aka and ask interesting questions, and I'll ask them after my questions to save time.
yeah, for sure. And yes, get him
Um,
to 1,000 subscribers, please. He's so generous
yes,
having me on here.
yes. I'll be shocked if it happens here live, but who knows? Like I
Yeah,
said,
that'd be crazy. I would love that.
yeah, and Derek will definitely be here on my channel from, more from time to time as well throughout the year. It's just we're gonna make a schedule for that. Hopefully, Erin can make her debut here as well.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because I did have the idea, like if we do if you get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll do a Mario Kart showdown with Derek and maybe Erin as well. So we'll see how it goes down the line.
That'd be
Um,
fun.
so what are you most proud of your YouTube career? Like, what is your favorite goal? What are you most proud of? Because you have like 3,000 subscribers, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
What are you most
3,000, yeah,
proud of that? And how long you been doing it for? Obviously, how long you been doing YouTube?
right.
That'll be
For
part
sure,
B.
for sure, yeah. I think I mentioned in a previous question that was 2016 I started, but,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
it's been a long time. Only, like, till last year is when we saw, like, any kind of real progress on it.
yeah.
Playing the right games or whatever, it just kinda helped, but my
Mm-hmm.
favorite my biggest goal would be to reach 10,000, so far. Obviously, if I reach that, it would be probably 100,000,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just go from there. Who knows if that'll ever happen? But even if it doesn't, like, the most proud I have been is meeting the people in my community,
Okay.
talking them outside of the streams, and then being everybody just being supportive of each other, especially me, um, being supportive of them, and getting that in return. Like, we all care about each other.
Yeah.
So I made some, like, real friends, like, and I've actually been the happiest I've been in my life over, like, the last 2 years. So, um,
Mm.
so that's my my favorite thing. And, obviously, having the friendship with Michael, even if he hasn't been around, like, so much lately in the last few months, like, the amount of just good times I've had with him, the amount of moments I'll never forget building this channel with him, and just everything around that it's I just feel so happy to
Yeah.
have the people around me. So,
How did you meet him?
oh, we actually worked together. So he was hired. I don't know. It must have been like over 5 years now. I can't remember how long he's worked there, but
Okay.
we just got to know each other through work, and I was like, hey, I have this YouTube thing. Like, I think we get along really well. Like, maybe we could try this out. And then we just became closer. Like, when we first started, we just talked about each other's interests, and
Mm.
we would just be playing a game we played before. I think we started playing Rise of the Tomb Raider, and we just talked about whatever, and we just got along so well, and then we just became closer and closer as the years went on. And but yeah, that's how I
Yeah,
met him, pretty much. Essentially, it was through work.
that's great. And maybe in the future episode, I could interview him as well, like maybe early July or something. But his schedule is I don't know what it is about the schedule with him,
Yeah,
but
it's quite different than mine. Yeah.
yeah. Um, what what was your favorite goal that you have accomplished so far here on YouTube? Like,
Right. I would
what
s-
is
I would
what is yeah,
I would say reaching 1,000 subscribers, because
yeah,
I never thought it would happen. And then, like, I think in the same year we reached 2,000 too. Like, it
right,
it was
man.
crazy. Yeah, like, it just grew, like, so much. If I remember exactly, I think we reached 1,000 last year or the year before that, and then like within a short month or so, it went to 2,000. I think last year we reached 2,000 and 3,000. Um, the climb has been a little bit slower since we reached 3,000, probably because the
Okay.
content's more live streaming now. But I hope to get back to videos and all that stuff. But reaching that milestone, like I never thought that would happen.
Yeah. Um. The next question is: when you first started doing YouTube content, what was the process like getting started, and what was the purpose?
Oh yeah, okay. Well, my purpose was mostly just, maybe to make a few extra dollars here and there. Eventually, if I got to the point I am now, but also like to show people my passion of games and certain games they might not know of and all that. And the process was interesting because I didn't have a camera like I do now. Um, I had like a crappy Yeti microphone, so it like picked up all the audio around me, all that type of stuff. So I learning the process of audio and editing and all that stuff was I had to watch YouTube videos like hours on end and try to figure out certain
We all
things.
been there.
Yeah, I was like, how do people do this? Like, how do they make their videos sound so good? Like, how do they do this and that? So I just did a lot of research and um if people were ever to get into this, they got to realize that it's not as easy as it seems. You can't just hook things up and expect it to work right
You
away.
can't you can't
Yeah.
start right away because you need a lot of time and effort for them
Yeah,
to grow.
exactly. Because I remember like when I had that Yeti microphone, I used to have it like really far away from me, and you could barely hear anything. Like I was like, "Why does this sound so weird?" And just doing a lot of research back in the day, it was a lot different than it is now because there's a lot more um tutorials that are much more helpful. Not that they weren't back then, but things have
More
changed a lot over the.
updated.
Yeah, I was gonna say everything has changed quite a bit over like the last 7 years or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Why do you think you built this community you have now, and why you think people discovered your channel?
I think I think a lot of people discovered the channel because of a new Kirby game. I found out that there's a lot of people that really love the Kirby franchise, and I guess they just happened to find us funny or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. I don't personally think we're that funny, but I think they might have gravitated more towards our videos because we have good chemistry, like I said, and
Yeah.
um, we have a lot of fun. It's clear in the videos that
That's the
we.
main point. That's the main
Yeah.
point. You're not doing
Yeah.
this as a chore. You're doing this
Mhm.
because you're having fun and you keep it consistent.
Yeah, exactly, and people could tell, like, in our voices, like, we're not just faking it, like, we are definitely having
Yeah.
fun, especially even if we're not on camera, like, we aren't on our Let's Plays and all that stuff, we just do it
100%.
without a camera, and the fact that we can convey that really says a lot, so I think people gravitated towards that, and I've been told that a lot of people find me relatable or me and Michael relatable, even if we can be
Mm.
chaotic at times and stuff, like especially with Michael because he's very chaotic. um, they find us relatable and easy to talk to, and like we accept everybody that comes into our community, no matter who they are. And um,
Yeah.
some places wouldn't do that, so I think that
100%.
might be why.
Um. Is there anybody that have you met in the community that inspired you to keep going, or who inspired you
Oh,
to keep you going?
oh
If it would
wow,
be if it would have been possibly Aaron or you know um
right.
Michael Shaw, who do you think that inspired you that you kept going?
At first, it was Michael. He clearly loves doing this with me. He's always excited. He's always coming up with ideas, and sometimes I have to be like, "How are we gonna do that?" It's like
Yes,
we don't have the setup. It's only us two, and we barely have enough time to get together as it is. So, but I love his ideas. Like he's always willing to help out, and he inspired me to keep going because I think it was his break away from stresses of life and stuff. So,
mm-hmm.
but now it's not just still him, but like Lady Erin, for example,
Mhm.
she found a really good friend in me, and I found a good friend in her, and we get along so well. And
Yeah.
she's inspired me to keep going. Drunk Yoshi, I believe, is in the chat right now. I've been having personal talks with
Mm.
him that have
Awesome.
been amazing, and like
I
really,
think you're forget. I
I
think you're forgetting someone.
and David, yes.
Thank you.
And you, of course, yes. Stuff like this
Yeah.
I love doing too, like, to talk to you, like, the when you asked me this, to do this, I was very excited to get people to know
Yes.
more about me, yeah, and you have supported me, so, like, I
Mhm.
appreciate that too a lot, and, but
Yeah. Well.
everybody in my community, and it's not just those 2 people, especially, like, everybody has kept me going, like,
Yeah.
the amount of fun that they have in the streams, and people have
Mhm.
told me that it makes their day better, it makes them feel happier. It inspires me a lot to just make them feel comfortable and complacent and stuff and have fun. So yeah.
Yeah. And thanks so much to Aaron for uh us to meet and all that good stuff.
Yeah, definitely, yes.
Um. How does it feel to be Canada, and have you ever been to the U.S.?
I have not unfortunately been to the US. I want to go sometime. I just don't know
Not
how I
not
would do
not
it.
even not even Brooklyn or one of those New York.
No,
No,
unfortunately.
let's
I
see.
don't travel very often. Um I the furthest I've been is within Canada, so I think that was, like, Winnipeg or Calgary. It's about, like, 7
Okay.
hours away drives for me. I've been to Calgary twice, Winnipeg
Or
once.
uh
Um,
or Buffalo. Have you been to Buffalo, New York? That's close to Canada.
no, unfortunately, no.
Uh,
Yeah, I've never been across the border at all. I would love to sometime. It'd be really nice to meet people in the community at some point in the future, but realistically, it just can't happen for
same,
me right now. So,
same here.
and living in Canada is great. Like, every place has its downsides, but like
Hmm.
winter, for example, sucks.
Oh, jeez.
It can really suck in Canada at times. Trying to drive around in the snow, and
Yep.
you get stuck a lot or slip around a lot. It's like, it's frustrating, but you
Yeah.
know, yeah.
Um. What does Canada look like? Like, what are the differences? Like, what does it look like in general?
I've
For those who don't know.
in my province, it's mostly flat, and there's a lot of farmers here, so there's a lot of plains, not a lot of trees. Like, if I go on drives and stuff, it's just flat land everywhere. But I've been to a few cities in Canada, like Calgary, for example, is a whole other experience trying to drive there than in my city, because mine's like a small
Hmm.
city. Regina's fairly big, Saskatoon's fairly big, but places like that, it's you got like 5 lanes, and you're like, where do I have to go? But it's gorgeous. Like, you go to the right places in Canada. There's mountains in BC. There's mountains in Alberta. Um,
Hmm.
Lots of beautiful scenery if you go to the right places, but unfortunately, because I don't really travel too much, I don't really know, um,
Yeah.
too many areas, so
Uh, do you have any favorite? Do you have like a favorite city to go to in Canada?
um, I'd say Calgary. It has the
No, I
zoo.
meant like what? I mean, like, what is your favorite city of all time to
Oh,
go to
yeah,
in
well,
Canada?
yeah, Calgary is
Okay.
my favorite city, yeah. Been there twice, and the drive there is fun. You get to see lots of new scenery because you're in Alberta, instead of Saskatchewan where it's flat, and
Mm-hmm.
the city is so fun to traverse, and going to the zoo twice was nice. Like, the zoo is
Mm.
huge there. I went during winter one time and went during the summer one time. Uh, so because since I don't have a zoo in my city anymore since like 20 years ago, yeah, unfortunately they got rid of it. There's lots of gaming places there. I went to like a secondhand store there, the science museum,
Mm.
um, the downtown area is really fun to go to. Been to a couple concerts there. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I think I went to like 4 or 5 concerts in Calgary. It's been crazy, but yeah.
Um, what is something on YouTube that you had trouble in the past and you got better practice with with this sense?
Mm,
Other than the microphone part, what is
right.
something that you had trouble with in the past that you got better practicing at here on YouTube?
I'd say maybe thumbnails. Trying to figure out how to do those and make them appealing. I'm still not great at it because I don't use Photoshop or
You
anything,
you
but,
make great you make great thumbnails right for this one credit to you.
well, yeah, thank you.
Um,
But yeah, that was the one of the things I was like, how do I make these appealing? And just trying to I think the biggest hurdle was trying to figure out what to talk about sometimes and
true,
try
but
try try to be like as entertaining as you possibly can.
that's why people don't recommend doing this show by yourself because
Mhm. Yeah.
um let's just say I've seen some folks try to do this show by themselves but don't work out. But there is some people that do this show by themselves that eventually work out. Like if it's a new newscast, or a podcast by themselves, that's well. It, the most important thing is if we're doing so by yourself, you gotta make sure it's entertaining, the quality's good, people like it,
Yeah.
and make sure you keep it consistent as well. If you're gonna do one by yourself, but if you're doing it with other people as well, you know, it's it's a great thing because it makes the chemistry more better and you'll get more views.
Yeah, that's true,
Um,
yeah. The more you
I was
do it,
gonna
the
s-
easier it gets, like, you're gonna
yes,
you're gonna be nervous at first, and you're gonna be like, "Oh god, I'm stuttering over my words, like, ah." But yeah,
yeah.
I got more comfortable. I was just like, "I'm just gonna be myself, like, why am I nervous about this?" So, if
I
people
was gonna,
if people don't like me, it's like, it's their whatever, that's their opinion.
yes, I was gonna say the song. The Michael Shaw have a big following, or what? Do you have social media folks that joined your stuff, or just curious?
I know a lot of the community loves him. They love his chaos he brings to the videos and the streams.
Okay,
But he doesn't really do much outside of the channel. I know he streams occasionally, but a lot of the time I think he talks to people in the community, but he doesn't really do much because
yeah,
he doesn't really have the equipment or the setup to really do it himself.
okay,
Um, but yeah, but I know the community loves him, and I'm sure they would support him no matter what he did.
all right.
Yeah.
Um, how did you get into video games? Because you're a big video game fan.
Yeah, since I was very, very young, my auntie had a Nintendo Entertainment System, or the NES as people call it now.
I
Um,
have that.
yeah, I think that's where everybody gets started. And then like I would go to other places when I was younger, and people have different systems like the Intellivision and the Super Nintendo. Like I think I got the Super Nintendo for Christmas and played so many amazing games on the Super Nintendo. That was like when I really, really fell in love with video games, but I loved it before, growing up with Mario and Kirby and um
Yeah,
all that stuff in the NES. And my grandma, like whenever I was there to visit her during the summer, like my auntie would always bring over her NES. They had a rental store in their town. So we would go there and rent a game and try to beat it. And NES games are hard. So most
yeah,
of the
they
time
are. Retro games are difficult.
like most of the time I couldn't play. I played like so many bad games. Like I think the
Legend
Dick
of
Trait
Zelda.
the well, Legend of Zelda is
It's not. It's
good.
not. It's just very difficult. That's what I
Yeah,
meant.
yeah. But Dick Tracy, Battletoads, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, those games are notorious for being like so obscure to figure out what to do. And
Yeah.
um, it's like that perseverance. You're like, I just want to beat this. Like I know I can. And um,
Hmm.
I would rage a lot when I was younger too. So, which I guess hasn't really changed too much then.
What is your favorite video games?
My favorite video games, like of all time, or
Sure, and or if you want to pick a few.
okay. Well, my favorite game of all time is Hollow Knight. I played
Mm,
that in 2019, I think, and it's like I don't think anything's gonna top it unless the sequel is gonna be better. But it
okay.
used to. I'm into Metroid. I'm into Castlevania, those
Yeah.
series a lot. Yeah, but Hollow Knight's my all-time favorite. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Um. What are your favorite YouTubers to watch
my favorite
on your
YouTube.
spare
Oh
time?
man, I got a lot of them. I still watch Game Grumps occasionally. They're a huge inspiration to me. Those guys are hilarious, no matter what they do. I don't know how they do it and keep it
Mm.
interesting. I watch Markiplier, Jacksepticeye occasionally, not so much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um, there's a few new channels I've discovered, like Abba and Preach. They're two guys from Canada as well. I think they live in Toronto or something. They do more
Have
like
you ever been there?
I
Toronto.
haven't. No, unfortunately,
Oh.
no. Yeah, I would love to go. I like Ked Icarus. He's a really, really funny UK YouTuber. He makes like really long videos, but the jokes he does in those, like I don't know how he comes up with
Hmm.
that stuff. JonTron is another one. Like they kind of have similar um
Yeah.
video vibes and all that. I could go on and
Okay.
on. I don't think you want to be here all night, so
Hey, that could be for your upcoming podcast, I guess.
yeah, for sure.
Um, will you ever become a full time YouTuber? Because right now you're getting monetized, the people are donating money.
Hmm.
What you know what the work schedule you have as a work manager for uh how many years again?
It's
You've
been
been working at that
over,
place
yeah, like 19 years, I think.
19 years, so almost 20. You think
Hmm.
you think possibly after your 20th year you may want to become a full time YouTuber?
I would love to do that.
What?
Unfortunately, I need to be making a lot more money than I am, so
Uh,
to financially support myself because Canada, well, I own a house by myself, so like
yeah,
the bills are crazy. Like if something breaks down, I have to pay for it. I don't have a landlord to do that, so
yeah,
yeah. So like realistically, I wish it could happen, but I'd have to be making a lot more. Not to say like people need to keep giving me more money. Like everybody that has
no,
been so generous, like that helps me so much. You guys have no idea. Like I can't thank
hmm
people enough for what they've done for me, to be honest. So
that's what my friend Austin Punton, gets money, as well from people like that. Um, I was just curious because like you've been working there for almost 20 years. I was just wondering if after your 20th year, you might want to take a
mhm.
break.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, I mean, it would be nice to do something different full time.
yeah,
I thought about just like last year, especially like kind of just breaking away from my job and just putting all my time into this. But it was like, well, what if it doesn't happen? Like,
yeah,
what if I can't financially support myself doing it, no matter how much effort I put into it? Because
yeah,
it just doesn't happen to some people. Like they put everything they can, and then like they just can't get anywhere. And a lot of it's
yeah,
luck. A lot of it's luck, or being
yeah,
consistent because people can stop watching you because you're just doing the same thing over and over again. And
yeah,
I know
y-
I've stopped watching people for that same reason. So
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, unless you're trying, there's no regret.
yeah, exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
what is your dream job?
Oh God. um, this kind of is my dream job. I'd love to do this as
Hmm.
much as I could, and be able to put all my time into it. And just really make a lot of unique stuff. Like if I could take those 8 hours or whatever I work at my other job and invest that into learning new skills and like coming up with ideas and actually spending the time doing them, then I feel like I could probably excel at it um in some way.
As for what job you're talking about,
Right.
that
Oh,
will be
like
your dream job.
Yeah, this definitely would be my dream job. Like, I have so many ideas I want to do, but it's lack of time sometimes, so
But what is the name of the dream job you're talking about?
Oh, okay. Oh,
Is
I
that
guess just YouTuber, I guess.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant to say. Not my
Yeah.
not my other job. Sorry, I should have specified that better.
um what are your favorite do you have any favorite childhood memories because you lived the 1990s? Um what is your favorite childhood memories?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I guess growing up and seeing video games evolve over the years has been a really nice childhood memory because it's progressed so much since I was
Yeah.
like young in the 90s, and growing up in the 90s was awesome too. Like I wish people got to experience that more. I know a lot of people in my community were
Yeah.
born in the 2000s and they didn't get to experience that.
2003.
Yeah, right. Cuz like there's still shows that I grew up with that I can go back and watch now, and um
Yeah.
yeah, I have way too many memories to really choose a favorite one, just because there's so many good things that happened more than bad things. And
hmm
maybe just growing up as a person is a good one too, because like I used to be kind of a bully when I was younger. Grew out of that really quickly, thankfully. So um I grew into a better person, I would hope.
um what year you were born again?
I was born in '86.
So you spring well, I don't know if I remember the 1980s, but you were too small to remember the 80s, I assume.
Yeah, I was a little too young then, yeah.
Um, Next question is: do you have a favorite country at culture?
Ooh. I would probably say European countries.
Hmm,
Because I'm a big fan of heavy metal music. A lot of the bands I listen to are from European countries. Um, and a lot of them only tour over there. That's like one of the places I would want to go to the most in my life
okay.
is somewhere in Europe. I don't even really care where. It's just be somewhere
Yeah.
and go to some shows and just see the country as much as possible. I've always wanted to go to Japan too, just
Oh
because
yeah.
yeah, Japan always looks gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, I would say Europe.
Do you like polka music with
Uh,
Hobbies?
not really, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um, what is your main goal in life?
my main goal. Oh God. Um, I didn't really know for a long time, but I think it's more like I want to be kind of an inspiration to people or to help people grow, um,
Okay.
and show people that there's a whole culture or like community of people that I can support and make them feel good about themselves and support them through their life if I can give them some advice. I'm not the greatest at that, but if I can just help them through their day and like just support them as much as possible to push them to be better versions of themselves, like I just want to help people, really.
Yeah.
Um, like, but I could never do a job like a doctor, for example, because I'm
Oh
very
God.
I'm very
No.
squeamish. So like if I can't get needles in my arms, I faint and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm very squeamish around like blood. Like I cut myself at work one time really deep and I almost fainted from that.
Ouch.
So, like, if I could get past that, I think it would be a nice way to help people. But um,
Yeah.
even if I can like make enough money in the future to financially support people, like because I have so much extra income or something to help them pursue their dreams or something. I really don't know. I just want to make people feel good. That's
Yeah.
all. Yeah. And don't take that out of context in a weird way.
um, what hobbies have you done in the past in your childhood that you don't do anymore?
What hobbies don't I do? Oh man. I used to do a lot of sports stuff. Like I used to I think I said this on a stream recently, but I used to watch a lot of hockey when I was younger, a lot of wrestling. I would wrestle with friends. I think we broke my bed one time by like them body slamming me on my bed.
Mm,
I was like stuff like that. And but when I was younger at my grandma's, I put up like boxes and just hit a hockey puck around and pretend I was like a really professional hockey player.
mm, yeah.
I tend to daydream a lot, even in my 30s now. I still daydream a lot about stuff I want to do, and um,
Hmm.
so that was one thing I carried over from when I was younger. But I don't do it so much anymore. I used to be a very active kid, and I'm more introverted now. So
Hmm.
that's definitely changed.
Um, as for hockey, did you have like a favorite team?
I think it was the Oilers. I'm
Mm,
pretty sure. Yeah, I believe it was the Oilers when I was younger. I liked their logo. I like the players. God forbid, I can't remember who any of them were now, but it's been
yeah.
so long. But yeah, my grandparents rooted for them too. So
Okay.
yeah,
Have you been to any sport games in person, like major league in
no, I
person?
haven't. I did when I was in high school. I was part of track and field. I know that's not the same thing, but I was
Hmm.
part of that for 1 year. And during lunch breaks, we did play baseball occasionally, but it was never like something I really, really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, sports, it's a great thing to watch and
Hmm.
play, but especially with watching it, it's like you really want to watch it, for those who are sports fans, because it's a passion for a lot of folks like that.
Yeah.
Um, what computer do you have for your streams? Like this
I
one you're using right now?
right, yeah. I bought I think it was in 2020. I bought it an Alien or no, it was 2021, sorry. I bought an Alienware Aurora, I think an R12, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
So it had a better graphics card. It's not the greatest one, but it helped me be able to start doing this because it can run things better. Like I could barely run like low end games on my old one. I had that one for like I think 10 years or something.
Hmm.
But I was like, if I want to do or like make better quality videos, I need to upgrade and all that stuff.
Okay.
So I heard Alienware was really good. I ordered it through Dell.ca, I think it was. Um, and yeah, it's been really handy so far. I haven't had any issues with it,
Yeah.
which is good.
Um, what is um what video game consoles do you have? I know you have the Switch, but what other video game consoles do you have?
I have a PS5. I used to have a PS4, but I traded it in for the PS5. I have
Okay.
a Wii U. I have a Wii. I have the little mini NES Classic and the Super Nintendo Classic.
I have the
Uh,
SNES Classic
yeah,
as well.
it's awesome. I had to pre-order that thing, so I actually got it because I had to buy the
Hmm.
NES one secondhand, and I got charged like a bunch more money for it.
Yeah.
Um, other than that, like I don't really have any. I used to have a lot more, but I used to have a PS2, an Xbox 360, an Xbox One, but those are gone just because I didn't really use them very much.
Okay.
Yeah,
What is your favorite video game on the Switch?
on the
I don't know if I
Switch.
already asked.
No,
I don't know if I
I don't
already
think you
asked
asked.
that.
I don't think you asked that
Okay.
one. Um, I think Mario Odyssey is probably my favorite Switch game so far.
Mm,
It's my favorite Mario game, so um
nice.
I have to play more Tears of the Kingdom to see if maybe that'll beat it out eventually, but yeah.
Okay. Um, what is um? I don't know. If, I think I asked this one, but what is your favorite music?
My favorite music, heavy metal music. But I do like
Uh,
different types of music. Like I like R&B, I like pop music. I do actually listen to K-pop. So I know that's weird, like, for me listening to metal and stuff, but,
mm,
metal's my main source because it just gets you going. I don't
I
listen to,
see.
like I don't listen to overly, like, growly heavy metal. It's more like power metal, people that can sing really, really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, what vacation trips that you really enjoyed that you have been to, like somewhere you went to for vacation that you really enjoyed?
Right. I think I kind of answered it with Calgary, like, with the zoo and stuff. The first time I
Okay.
went, it was amazing seeing the penguins, and one of them gave birth when we were there, and that was
Wow.
crazy. They were, like, hiding it, and, it was adorable, and then seeing just all different types of animals, the red pandas. I love red
Mhm.
pandas as animals, they're so cute. And then we got pandas the last time I went there, um, but they were just building that exhibit, so it wasn't like there wasn't a lot of people there, um,
Okay.
but seeing pandas in real life and giraffes and hippopotamus and all that, I was just like, "Oh my god, this is overwhelming." I just loved every second of it.
What advice do you have for people that who want to start their own channel?
Oh, that's tough. I would go into it expecting to not be successful right away. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna wanna quit a lot of times because I know everybody has said that. Even like the people that have been around forever, they've said they wanted to quit at certain points. Because you have to expect things to not go your way. You're gonna have recording issues. You are gonna experience things where you have to re-record and re-edit, and you're gonna lose footage,
Hmm.
and it's gonna be frustrating and defeat you. But if you don't give up, like, just don't give up. If you love doing it, that's the major thing. Um, and
Yes.
and just start off being yourself. Like, that's the main thing. If you be yourself, if you're entertaining, if you aren't offending people, or you're not going out of your way to be absolutely horrible to people that watch your videos, then you will be successful. Like, a lot of people will
Yes.
catch on to that, and you don't need the best equipment when you start off. Do not invest in buying
Yes.
the craziest stuff, because otherwise you're
Use what you
gonna,
have.
yeah, use what you have. A lot of people start off using their phones. Do what you want to do though. Like, don't just make
Yes.
videos. Don't do what's popular. Do what you want to do, because if you try to trace trends, and I've never done that because I don't, certain games do not interest me. Like, I've never hopped on Fortnite or Genshin or any of that stuff because,
Watch those games.
right, yeah, I'm just like, like, I'm never gonna enjoy these. Like, I'm gonna sit here pretending that I like to do this, and I don't. So, and
Yeah.
it's gonna show to people. Like, um,
Yeah. That
yeah,
you're just trying to do it for like the views and all that. It's just not worth it. And do the
right,
content that you like to do that also people like to watch. You do.
yeah, and research a lot of things too. Like, if you want to learn how to edit and stuff, there is thousands and thousands of videos on how to set up audio, how to do certain things, like, and it's very quick. A lot of it's a lot easier than I expected it to be. So
Yeah.
don't think you can't do it. Like, if I think I'm dumb as hell, and if I can do it, then anybody
Yes.
can.
What about like um how do you build like a community? Like you build your own community. What advice you'll give folks to build their own community with their videos?
Right, yeah. Obviously be careful about it, because you can have certain people that'll try to bring you down, and try to ruin things for you. Um, but if you can weed those people out, starting out, you're not going to have a lot of people. But if you see a pattern with certain people, like, coming back and watching your videos and commenting, um, those people
Hmm.
are there to stay. We took this leap by making a Discord. I didn't for a long
Yes.
time. a long time because I've heard horror stories of people in discords before. I was like, what if something goes horribly wrong? Like I just don't know what I would
Yeah.
do. But thankfully, like if you have a good sense of people, like usually you can judge people by the way they act. Um,
No.
you can tell that they will be good people, and you invite those people into your community, and then they bring up other people in your community, and they support other people, and they support you, most importantly. Um, it can be
Yes.
hard to balance. Like obviously, like with me, like I'm still working out how to balance things, like, to have people on calls. I don't want to upset people.
Yeah.
But if you make yourself very clear, and you don't try to be a jerk about it, like don't be like, I don't want you on because I don't like you or something like that. Like obviously
Yeah.
you shouldn't do that. Like you want to be fair to everybody, but you also have to tell them respectfully, like, I would prefer if it was this person, but I can always have you on in the future. Like I promise you this. And
Yes.
balancing that can be tough for some people. I understand that. It can be stressful. But I have management experience. Like I know how to work around people's personalities, how to work around their schedules and all that type of stuff. So it's a little bit different for me because I have that experience. Whereas other people might be like, I'm so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But if you talk to people and just explain stuff, like that's the thing. Like you don't just want to let things go. You don't want to let people get
Things
away
go
with
your way all the time.
yeah, like everything's not going to go everybody's way, whether it's your way or the community's way. It's just going to happen. You just do your best to diffuse the situation. Um,
Yes.
yeah, that's the best way to build a community, and just respect them. That's all. Like
Yeah.
don't expect them to come in and pay you. Like don't just be like, oh, I'm not getting enough support. I've heard this happen with other streamers where they're like, I need support, guys. I gotta pay my bills. Like if you don't support me, like I'm gonna have to ban you. Like I like or kick you out of my community. Like you should never do that. That is the worst thing you could ever do. So
Yeah. Never do that. Never.
mhm, exactly, yeah.
And even if your views are not doing as well, just
Mhm.
keep practicing because one day everything could change.
Yeah.
But
And people aren't gonna
um,
watch specific content. Like you can't expect them to watch a certain
yeah.
game they're not interested in, or certain video they just like, it doesn't really interest me. Like that, just
Yes.
expect that type of stuff, and just respect your community. Like if they don't show up to a stream, just be like, oh man, like this person's not here. Like I don't want to do this. Like you know,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. What do you? My last question is, what do you have planned coming up in the future?
Oh, we had a lot of stuff planned this year. Like we wanted to finish more Kirby games. But with Michael's schedule, it's been a little bit difficult.
Okay.
But I want to speed run Hollow Knight at one point in preparation for a sequel coming out sometime this year. I want to finish
Mm,
Mario Sunshine 100%.
yes.
I want to do some long form videos. I want to review some stuff like some
Okay.
Kirby related media, like the manga. um, we want to do a blindfold playthrough of Kirby's
Oh
Dreamland
man.
on the Game Boy. So like I would wear a blindfold and Michael would direct me in like what I need to do in the game. And I thought that'd be fun. Try to beat the game in one sitting. Type of
Man.
stuff. Try to come up with interesting ideas like that. And yeah. And just
Awesome.
keep pushing the streams.
Yep. Um. All right. So I'm gonna try to find the first question.
Okay.
From Drunk USC, and um, you can reply to that here. You can say the question
Oh,
aloud
yeah,
if you
for
want.
sure. So what makes me keep going to complete some of the more stressful games? Well, I mean, Sunshine and Galaxy 2 aren't the hardest games I've played. Like I persevered through Bloodborne and all that stuff. But it was mostly you guys watching. Like I was like, I don't want to I'd be letting myself down personally because I made it a goal of mine to do 100%. Um, I'm a completionist at heart, so I like to complete
Mm-hmm.
as many games. Like I won't get rid of a game unless like I know I can get everything in it.
Yeah,
And sure, it takes a lot of time for some other games, but you guys supporting me and wanting me to go through it and having fun seeing the journey and me raging at certain things and you guys finding that hilarious is what keeps me motivated and doing stuff like that.
I agree. All right.
What's your favorite game to stream? Favorite series of yours? I really love playing Mario Kart with you guys on stream. Um,
Yes.
yeah, it's always fun, no matter who we play it with. No matter how many times I played the same course or track over and over again, it's always fun. So that's definitely my favorite so far. Although we have had a lot of fun doing Mario Party as well. It could turn into Splatoon 3 at one point because I just started that. What was the other question he said? Favorite game? I think it was.
It was like, what makes you keep going to stream games like Sunshine or Galaxy 2? That was his other
Yeah, that
question.
was the previous one. It was the tie laser question. He said there was a
Uh,
second part to it, but I think he just asked what the
oh,
favorite game was.
this one.
Oh, favorite series. Oh, okay. My favorite series is Metroid, actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
this one.
Derek, what kind of celebration are we seeing for your 10th anniversary of starting YouTube? Oh man, I haven't even thought that hard that far ahead yet. we
Yeah,
we we could do something for the future because
I mean,
I
2026 is a little ways
2026 would
away.
be, yeah, it's quite a while away, and who knows how big my audience might be by then because I think it was like August of 2016 I started.
Yeah,
So I have a lot of time to think on that. It would be really cool to do a 24-hour live stream, and part of
I
that
would
we
that.
could, yeah, part of it we could play games with the community, part of it I could play as something on my own for some of it, and see how well it goes, I guess. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: YouTube won't let you do 24-hour
Oh,
streams.
that's right. Yeah, I guess I'd have to do it on Twitch or something. Yeah, that's right. I remember we talked about this.
Yeah. Um. Let me see. Try to find. Okay.
What game will you never stream for purely from your hatred of the game? I probably would never stream Fortnite or
Same here.
Apex Legends or any of those games where I'm just like they don't interest me at all. Um,
Same here.
I did play Genshin when it first came out and I enjoyed it, but I don't think I'd play it either on stream. I'm sure it'd bring out a lot of people, but I'm like, I don't have the time or dedication to spend to playing that all the time. So
Yeah.
I don't
What
really
about?
hate Fortnite, but I just it does
I do.
yeah.
Uh, Before I go to
No, yeah, for sure.
the next one, my social media account is the one that you'll never install. I'll do something similar to him.
So what game I would
Now,
never.
now, what social media you'll never install? Like, what social
Oh,
media?
social media. Oh, okay. Um, I would say Twitter, but I have a Twitter, but I don't use it. So, if I could take that back, I probably wouldn't use Twitter.
Okay.
Just never saw the appeal of it really. Um, I still use Facebook, but that's only for like buying stuff off of the marketplace because I can find some cheap games and stuff like that there. And I have Instagram. I don't really hate Instagram. I don't use it as much as I should, but yeah, I don't have anything
You
against it.
should.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should get back into it. Um, what's your least favorite
What
game to
least
play?
favorite game to play? Hmm. That's a good question. I can think of types of games I don't like playing. Like I don't really like uh online like multiplayer online games like Final Fantasy 14, stuff like that. Unless I found like the right group of people.
Okay.
But I didn't really like to play games online very much before, but now I do because, like Mario
Yeah.
games and stuff like that because I have a community around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I just go one.
Oh, what's the one piece of advice you'd like to pass on to others that are struggling to keep going? Oh man. I would just say find what you want to do that makes you happy. And
Yeah.
that can take a long time. It really can. Like I said, like when COVID happened, that was depressing for everybody, but that was the worst 2 years I ever went through in my entire life, and
Yeah.
it was hard to keep going, I think for a lot of people, but if you can find something you enjoy doing, then there's a purpose to that,
Yeah.
even if you don't feel like there is, like, you could be making friends doing it, and you can have good relationships with people, um but it's really kind of a hard question to answer because everybody's different.
Yeah.
Not even just like finding their happiness, but some people it can be much more difficult for them
To find
to
happiness at all.
yeah, to find it at all. And it's things that they enjoy doing, they just don't anymore. So
Yeah.
if you find you're losing enjoyment in the things you like, then try something else. Um,
Yeah.
I I was fading out of playing video games for a while back, and so I started working out more often, and I found enjoyment in that because I was, setting a new goal for myself. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Working out is a good thing. It keeps your mind positive too. I would say if you ever want good therapy, just go to the gym, put headphones on, just ignore people, and just bust your ass in the gym, and you will feel like you're gonna hate it at the time, and you're gonna hate it like maybe a day after because you're gonna be sore, but your body gets used to it, and then you
Yes.
start to see the results, and then you feel healthier. You take that healthy lifestyle, and then your mind starts feeling more healthy. Um, you you're gonna find that you are giving yourself something to look forward to because
Yep.
you're gonna crave that workout. You're gonna be more active in your life, and you're probably gonna want to pursue more things. Um, it's strange
Yeah.
to say that, but yeah, working out really helps a lot of people.
I agree.
Mhm.
Um. Let me see. Okay.
What's the one decision you regret the most, and what's one decision you're thankful for the most? I regret stupid financial decisions I made when I was younger. Because
Right.
now
Don't have to explain.
because it's affecting me now. So when I first got my job, I spent money on dumb stuff. Um when I first started. So like in my early 20s and all that stuff. Um and it is what it is. Like you're a dumb kid or like dumb young adult, and you're just like, "Ooh, I have money. Now I could do all this stuff with it." Um,
Not the
and the one
case.
yeah, some people, don't
Yeah.
do that, are thankfully smarter. Um, one decision I'm really thankful for is to keep doing this. To even like, just telling myself like I should not stop doing what I enjoy doing. Like just because you're not seeing the growth that you want, you if you keep doing this, you're just gonna be more successful. People are gonna see that you're changing, that you're trying to do better. And it definitely helped because there's so many times, like I said, that I was thinking about quitting doing this. And I'm glad I didn't
Mm.
because then I wouldn't have the friendships I have, the community I have. And
Yeah.
yeah, so
All right. Here's the last two questions. Drunk Lucy. Don't have to ask any more
perfect.
questions because we're running out of time.
Perfect. That sounds good.
Um. There we go.
Who's your favorite top five community members? Make you choose favorites. Oh my god, that doesn't seem fair to anybody. Um, I'm not gonna answer that one.
All right. Next one.
Yeah. If you go back in time and change one thing, it only affects that series of events. What would you change? Um, Probably buying a house sooner and not giving into FOMO, like fear of missing out, because I think that's why I made bad money decisions. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When's the conversion to becoming a full monk? That'd be crazy. I don't know if I'd ever do that, but um,
Mm.
yeah. Train in the mountains. Maybe I should make that a series or something.
Um. Here's a question just for giggles.
For sure.
Do you think the Will Smith Chris Rock step was real or fake?
Sorry, what was that?
The Will Smith Chris Rock swap. Do you think that was real or fake?
Real or fake? I think it was real. Will Smith has been beaten down a lot over the years
Mm,
with so with everything that's been said about him and his wife, and I think he just reached a breaking point. So, it would happen to anybody, I think, like really,
yeah.
especially when you're that high up in society. I guess you could say like where you're famous to that extent.
Mm,
Just hearing that day after day, it's like, oh god,
okay.
yeah.
Here's the last question for real. What's the dumbest question you've been asked?
That would probably be something at work, most likely, but
I can
I
see
can't
that.
I can't think of that off the top of my head. Not by my employees, but you know, certain
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Um. All right. So that's gonna be it for this episode of Chilling3000 Hangouts. Episode 109 will be hopefully this Friday. With the Snowman Multimedia, I think I'll be doing an interview with him. Hopefully.
That'd be
Who is
cool.
so hopefully he'll be on this Friday. If not, I'll definitely to arrange the schedule, and that'll be the next episode. So and don't forget to check out my other content. We just started a new news program that airs 6 to 8 a.m. Eastern time with my friend Jason DeCanio as host. For those who want to
Right.
check that out, get the news to start your day, and don't forget to check out the other games and other videos that I do here on the Dozen Network. So that's gonna be it. Thank you all for watching, and have a great night.
See ya.